Hello everyone, this is Sam from samsentiments.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I'm extremely new to all of this and this is my first ever video, so be gentle with me. What we're going to make today is this little lip seal holder. I saw this made on YouTube by a very talented lady called Sarah Lincoln. From over in the States or Canada, not quite sure where. I liked it, so I thought, right, okay, let's choose this as my first project. So here goes. This is one I made earlier. I chose to make the next one in Blushing Bride cardstock and the designer series paper, the Abloom from the Abloom paper stack, which, as you can see, has got some beautiful patterns in some lovely colours. Now you'll see that these have been cut out using the Framelits labels collection, and what you'll need is the second and third size framelit. Okay, now I've already run these through the Big Shot because I didn't want to bring that over to the table and wobble the camera and give you all a headache. So there you go. Next thing you've got to do is put an inch stripe, excuse my fingers by the way, ink all over them, down the centre of each of these. Now, like I said, I'm new to all of this and I haven't quite got all the kit yet, so I haven't got a Simply Scored, which is an absolutely fabulous piece of kit. So I've got my old scoreboard here, and in order to get the inch stripe down the centre of your framelit, if you line it up with a 2.5 inch mark and line your points there, and that way you can then score 1/2 inch that way, which is 3. Oops, there we go, 1/2 inch that way, which is 3, and 1/2 inch the other way, which takes you to 2 inches. Oops. And do the same with the designer series paper. Don't press on quite so hard with the paper. Oops, I seem to be able to line that up. There we go. Because obviously the paper's quite a bit thinner than the card and we don't want to rip it. So there we go. 3 and 2. Okay. And pop that away. So now we need to stick your DSP onto there. I'm using Snail Adhesive, and I'll just pop it on. And what you need to do is try and line your score marks up if you can see them. I'm not sure if you can see them, it's not very clear. Line your points up and your score lines up as best you can. Try and get an even spacing all the way around and pop it on. There you go, and it's nicely stuck. Then you need to get your bone folder and fold up and burnish your score lines. Okay, so there's your outer casing for your lipstick. So now you need to make the box for in the middle, and for this you need a piece of card which measures 2 inches by 3 7/8. So we'll bring in our Stampin Trimmer and we want 2 inches. We take it up to the 2 inch mark. Remember to use the cutting blade, that's the scoring blade. That's 2 inches by 3 7/8. There we go. Okay, we'll pop that aside and we'll need to bring in our scoring board again. And for this we need 2 with the 2-inch side at the top. You need to score at 5/8, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. And 1 3/8. 2, 3. And then we'll turn it round, and we need to score at 1/2 inch. No, we don't need to score at 5/8, 7 inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't worry about that extra score line there, it won't be seen. And 3 1/4. Sorry about that, folks. There we go. I'll pop this back. Okay, so now we need to fold and burnish our score lines. Remember in there to fold up on the second one because we don't want that first one. Okay, so now what we need to do is get our snips and snip up to that first line there, and we will just notch in a little. There we go, and the same on the other side. Cut up the score line to the first horizontal, notch in slightly, and the same on the other side. There we go. Oops. Okay. Get rid of all of that. So now we have our little box. So we need to pop some glue on these outer tabs. I'm using the Tombow glue from Stampin Up. A bit of a shake, and just put a little on each of the tabs. Oops. And fold it in. The good thing with Tombow, with it being a wet glue, is it gives you a little bit of time, a little bit of wiggle room. There we go. And there we go. Just hold it for a few seconds for the glue to dry. And there you've got your little box, and your lip seal fits in there nicely. Okay, so now this. You need to pop the box into there, and I want to adhere the box to the bottom of the base. So we'll get some sticky strip, which is just double-sided tape. This is really strong stuff. Cut a piece just long enough, and we'll pop it on the base. You only need one strip, no need to cover the whole base. This is strong enough to hold. Oh, that sticks. There we go, and then just pop that in the middle there. There you go. And then to hold it closed, you need to make a little hole in there. Now Stampin' Up carry some brilliant little hole punchers, which again, like I've said, being new, haven't got that quite yet. So I'm using an old hole punch that I've got. So I'm just holding it together and lining it up in the middle and popping a hole through. There we go. So now we've got a hole. And here we've got some matching Blushing Bride cotton trim ribbon, which we will just cut a little piece off. Now what I suggest you do is point the end, make a quite sharp point on the end, like that, because that way it'll be much easier to get it through your little hole. Oops. Like that. Now I am absolutely rubbish at tying bows, so I'm not going to bother. I think I'll just tie it in a knot. Pull it tight, and another knot. There we go, and we'll just trim that off so that it looks nice and neat. Okay, now then, you'll see on this one I've put a little label on the front, so we're going to do a little bit of stamping. I've got some Very Vanilla, just a scrap piece of Very Vanilla here, and I'm using a stamp from the Good Greeting stamp set. This is a hostess set, not actually available yet. It's going to be available as a hostess set later on in the year. You can buy or obtain hostess sets if your sales exceed £150 for one sitting, for one party. Okay, and I'm using the Cheers from that set, excuse me, and the Blushing Bride ink pad. So there we go, and just pop that on there and close the ink pads. These ink pads are great because you never have to worry about losing the lids, because the lids just stay on and they sit in the lids. So then we're going to take the 1-inch circle punch, and if you open it up and line it up with your sentiment, there we go, and then a scrap of Blushing Bride with the 1 1/4 inch scallop circle punch, and these two mesh nicely together. There we go. So then we need to get our dimensionals. We put one on there. Just line that up nicely. And another one on the back. And we'll just pop that on the front of the box. Okay, and then nothing's ever complete without a little bit of bling. So we'll pop one of the Stampin' Up basic jewels just on the front there, just to give it that little bit of bling. And there you go. It's a perfect little gift. Oops, nearly went. And it can be as a little party favour, or a little wedding favour for the ladies. Bit of a difference from chocolate. So yeah, it can be used for many things. Again, thank you to Sarah Lincoln for the inspiration, and that's it, the end of my first video. It certainly wasn't too traumatic for me. I hope it wasn't too traumatic for you, and I certainly hope that you will come back and join me again soon. Bye. Thanks for watching. All the items in this video can be purchased from my online shop. Just click the link on my blog. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up at the bottom of the screen. Thanks very much. Bye.